Hello, Kafira.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm great, and thank you for taking your time to meet us, to be interviewed by us.
It's my pleasure.
So, um, let me introduce myself and my friends. My name is Mila Tidi Octaviani. You can call me Mila. And my friends, please, guys.
My name is Davina Queenie.
My name is Muhammad Kurnia Ramadan.
Yes, and Kafira, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi guys. So my name is Chairunnisa Nurul Fira, but you can call me Fira. And I'm on my fourth semester in Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris UNJ. Yeah.
So, your name is Chairunnisa Nurul Fira, and you are one of mahasiswa berprestasi 2020, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And semi-finalist in the UADC 2021,
Yes.
Mawapres terinspiratif Fakultas Bahasa dan Seni Universitas Negeri Jakarta 2021. According to your Instagram account, you are often posting positive contents in the English, and you really like singing, also writing on your blog. I already see and read your blog too, and I think I want to ask, what makes you want to spread your language to people, and especially on social media?
Okay, so basically, if you ask me why I like to what makes me want to spread the language, what makes me want to spread the English language, I believe it's because for me English is my second language. So I often speak in English, and for me speaking in English just feel as natural as speaking in Bahasa Indonesia. And so when I posted those contents like me singing in English or me writing in English, it's not it's not like I have a certain intention. It just comes naturally for me because I speak English a lot. Yeah. So yeah.
Move on to the next question.
Okay, Kavira, I want to ask you how to be confident to post content using English in social media.
Okay, so basically, if you want to be confident, you have to first trust yourself. You have to be able to believe that you can do something. So it's all about it's all about trusting yourself. Without without you trusting yourself, you won't be able to feel as confident as you should be. And I believe that's the key to so that you will be brave to post new things on to post everything that you want on social media. It's basically you just have to trust yourself.
Okay, Kafira, I want to ask you, why do you think we have to be active in social media, especially brave to speak English without any burden?
um would you mind elaborating a little bit more about this question?
Like speaking fluent in English, be be active in social media, I mean, something like that.
I see i see social media is a platform for you to reach out to a lot of people out there. So whatever content that you are going to put out in your social media, it's going to stay there forever. Because yeah, yeah, it's like So whatever you're going to post, social media will stay there forever, and therefore that's why you have to be very careful in using your social media. And I believe that if you ask me, why do I think we have to be active in social media? It's because you already have this power to reach out to a lot of people. So why don't you use it? It's like a superpower. It's like a superpower that's been given, that we have been blessed to have. So if you have the privilege, because not let's say, I would like to say that not everyone can have social media, not everyone can have the privilege of using social media. And if you are able to use your social media, it's just one click, a few clicks away. Your world The world is in your, you can have the world in your hand, and it's just a few clicks away. So make use of it, make the most of it.
It's like we also can build our branding in social media, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
Personal branding.
yes, but the problem is in Indonesia we are afraid to use English in our daily activity, in our daily using social media, and because people will like judge us so English or something, or will extremely blame us if we are make mistakes in our grammar. And like, I'm so afraid that people will correct my English, and they're a little bit judge in their correct me. So what do you think of it?
What do I think about it?
Yes.
Well, first of all, judge when someone judge you and when someone corrects you, those are two different things. If they judge you, it means that it has a negative meaning to it. It means that they are looking down on it. I know that sometimes when you are being judged, you're gonna feel like they are looking down on you. But you see, what you need to know is that sometimes people are not judging you, they're just merely trying to correct you. They just want you to be able to speak in English better. And you should, and instead of feeling offended because they are correcting you, you should actually be thankful for them because they are giving you the knowledge, more knowledge for you. It's like it's like the little things that you never notice. Like for example, one thing that I noticed from you, you say it's afraid. It should be pronounced as afraid, something like that. See, I'm not trying to look down on you by correcting you. I'm just trying to let you know that this is the right pronunciation, that this is the right way to say it. It's not like I am trying to judge you or anything. So yeah, those are two different things. Judging and correcting are two different things.
How about the people that using so English word, so English lo gitu or
I
something?
see.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, one thing that I can say about this stereotype surrounding people who speak English are so English. It's actually kind of a pity because in other countries, if you speak in English, no matter how broken your English is, no matter how bad your English is, they still wouldn't make fun of you. They still wouldn't make fun of you or belittle you by saying you are so English, or give you any other labels to that. So I believe that we have to how do you say it? We have to remove this stigma from our society that everyone who speaks English are those who are so English. Because I would like to give tell you a little bit of my experience here. So I used to know this person. He works as cashier in Alphamart, but his English is so good, and it even shocks me that how because of how good it was. But he said that he was too shy to practice it, or he was too shy to speak in English because people will say that he is so Inggris, and it discouraged him, and it makes him afraid of speaking in English, and it makes him afraid of expressing himself in English, which is actually a big mistake because you can already your English. I know that English is not your first language, yeah, especially us for Indonesians. English is not our first language, but if we are able to speak in English, it's already an achievement. It should be celebrated rather than being being labeled as so English. So yeah, that's what I think.
So one thing about people learning English, do you know how to make people think English is fun and has a lot of benefits, especially in the globalization era? So people want to learning English more and more.
Actually, English is not that hard to promote because everyone speaks English nowadays. It's just like a natural thing nowadays. It's not like something very shocking if you can speak English anymore, I think, for some people. So I believe to promote it, it's not going to be a really hard task because, like, let's say if you want to if you want to ask people to learn how to speak English with you, you can just say, you know, that how you can just say that you can convince them by saying that English is a very important aspect to or a very important skill to master, especially in this globalization era where there is basically no boundaries on there's basically no boundaries anymore, and English is what unites us. English is the language that we use to communicate with other people from outside our country, from all over the world. So it shouldn't for nowadays it shouldn't be that hard to promote English to people.
Do you have suggestion to encourage people to start their language learning?
A suggestion for people to help them start with their language learning process, yeah.
Yeah.
mm, I think you can start by again trusting yourself. I know that I've said this a lot, but it is actually a very big it's actually a very big it gives a very big impact on how your language learning process is going to go. If you trust in yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you make sure, if you yourself believe that you are able to learn English or learn any languages in fact, uh, you will have a much better chance of mastering that language. So I think you have to believe in yourself.
Okay, what about people have anxiety issues? Do you have any advice that makes the people more confident? I mean, like the advice that really pers.
I see i see what you mean. I think what you need, what for those who have anxiety about, who worries too much about learning English, about learning a language in general, you just have to forget about all those worries. Like, you just need to try it. You just need to push yourself into it. So don't be hesitant. Don't be don't be scared, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because mistakes will happen even if you are already, even if mistakes will always happen, like grammar, like small grammatical mistakes will always happen every now and then, but we just keep on going, we just push through it, you know.
Do you have a role model that inspired you to learn language, and who and why you choose them?
Okay. My role model is, this may sound cheesy, but it's probably my mom, because my mom is an English teacher who, by the way, she has a degree in mathematic education. So yeah, growing up, those two things are the two biggest things that my mom always taught me: math and English. So yeah. So if you want to ask if your question is who is my role model and who got me into speaking English, it's my mom. Because she still do, she teaches English and math. So yeah.
So basically, your parents, especially mom, right?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So again, you have really great in speaking, and you have a lot of achievement in speaking. And you were one of mahasiswa berprestasi 2020 last year. And I want to ask, how do you improve your public speaking skills? Do you have any um, formal class, or do you practice yourself?
Okay. I think to answer this question, you need to know a little bit background info about me. So I not only, in terms of public speaking, I not only do speeches and those kind of, don't only do speeches, but I also do debate. I have been working on my debating career for 2 years now, and yeah, and through debate, I'm able to learn how to speak in public, how to express myself, how to articulate myself correctly in public. So yeah, and I practice debate, I think about like twice a week. So that helps me with my public speaking skills, because debating is basically, it's basically a public speaking contest as well. So yeah.
We can move
Okay.
to next question.
Okay, you said you are in debate club, right? What's
Yes.
best memorable experience from that club?
My most memorable memories from EDF is actually my first ever debating experience. I was not in a very good mood that day, and I was not very mentally stable that day. So I came up I came up to the podium and I started speaking, but then I started panicking. I started having a panic attack and then I cried. So yeah, that's my first ever debating experience. I will never forget that, because it's it always reminds me, it always reminds me to keep on being grounded, so that I can keep on being grounded and humble and so on and so forth. And basically, I really like that memory because it shows how far I have come, you know, like I have come a very long way from a little girl who just came up to a podium and then cried, and now I'm about to compete in the national university debating competition in my second NUDC. Yeah.
Okay, last question. What is your plan for the next 5 years and how do you achieve it?
My plan for the next 5 years is probably, it's gonna sound like a cliche, but I basically want to have a stable job. in the next 5 years. I'm 20 now, and in the next 5 years I'm going to be 25. And at that age, I assume that everyone would want to have a stable job. And how am I going to achieve that is basically by working hard now, by building my personal branding, building my working experience, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so that I can have a much more so that I can have more experience later on when I am actually working. So yeah.
Okay, do you have a dream job? Like you really want to join that company, for example?
My dream job. I don't have a dream job. I think any job is fine with me, as long as I get to have the freedom to express myself.
Okay. Okay, and that's bring us to the end of this session. Thank you for being here. We are very appreciated.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Kafira. Can't
Thank you
wait
so
to
much.
see and to meet you in person because you're really great person. You really motivate us actually.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really great to hear.